This URK 19 CS 1093 Exercise 3 Singly Linked List. Question is to stimulate the working of the singly linked list with the following operations: insert, delete, search, and display. So let's see the program. So here we are implementing the libraries in hash include stdio.h and hash include stdlib.h to access the libraries. Struct node, we are using struct node because it won't create any memory, and we are defining variables like data, struct node, star link. And struct node star head, it shows the address of the node structure, create one memory for it. So the functions which we are using in this program is insert back, insert last, insert middle, delete first, delete end, delete random, search, display. These are the function prototype. And inside the main function, we are using while loop, giving the condition as 1. And we are printing first for insert at beginning, second for insert at last, third for insert at middle, fourth for delete at beginning, fifth for delete at last, sixth for delete at middle, and 7 for search, and 8 for display, and 9 for exit. And we are declaring an int variable called choice, and we are storing it inside the variable choice. The value is we are storing the value with the user which the user has entered into the variable choice using scanf. Now using switch case, we are taking first case 1 as insert at beginning, then case 2 as insert last, case 3 as insert at middle, then 4 as delete first, 5 as delete at end, then 6 as delete random, 7 as search, 8 as display, and 9 as exit. And if the user is entering any invalid option, it will print enter a valid option as default. Now moving to each function, this is the function definition for insert beginning. So here we are creating a variable for node. Then this is struct node malloc size of struct node. It's the malloc is for memory location. It creates the size of the node that we are defining the new node, and we are defining a variable called item and checking the condition. If p equal to null, then we are printing overflow. Else we'll print ask the user to enter the value, and we'll store that value into a variable called item, and we'll check and we'll store the item's value into p of data. Arrow denotes it's a pointer. So we'll store items value into p of data, and we'll store heads value into p of link. It's the address one. We'll store p's value into head, and we'll print node has been created. Next function definition is for insert last. In that again we are defining variable a temp for storing temporary variable and an item as an integer variable. Then this is struct node malloc size of struct node. It will create a memory. Size will be equal to struct node. The data is linked with the and will convert it into node. And using if condition, we are checking ptr equal to null. Then we'll print if the condition is true. Then we'll printf overflow. Else they'll ask the user to enter a number, and that will be stored into the variable item, and we'll store the value of item into ptr of data, and we'll again check if head equal to null, that is when linked list is empty or not. Then we'll store null into ptr of link, then ptr value will be stored into head, and it will print node inserted. Else it will heads value will be stored into the temporary variable called temp, and we'll using while loop we'll check whether the condition temp of link not equal to null. This condition is true, the temp of link value will be stored into temp, and ptr value will be stored into temp of link, and null value will be stored into ptr of link, and it will print not inserted at last. Next, function definition for insert middle. In that also we are again defining ptr and temp, and as we told earlier, this is mlog struct node, mlog size of struct node. The named item, if ptr equal to null, it will print overflow. Else it will ask the user to enter the value that will be stored into item, and that item's value will be stored into ptr of data. And we will again ask the user to enter the location, and that will be stored into the variable called L, and heads value will be stored into temp, and we'll using a for loop we'll check where I equal to 0, I equal to 0, I less than L, I plus plus. If the condition is satisfied, then temp of links value is stored into temp, and again after this we'll check whether using if condition where temp equal to null. If it is true, then it will print given node is not found, uh, and it will print return. Coming out of the for loop, it will store temp of links value into ptr of link and ptr's value into temp of link. Next function definition is for delete first. In that we are defining ptr, then ptr equal to struct node malloc size of struct node, and we are checking the condition if head equal to null, then it will print list is empty. Else it will store heads value into ptr and ptr of link equal to head, and it will print free of ptr. Next function definition is for delete end. Same as that, we're defining ptr and ptr1. We are checking the condition head equal to null. If it is true, then it will print list is empty. Else if it will check whether head of link equal to null, and if that condition is true, then we'll keep head equal to null. Then free of head, printf only node of the list deleted, and else we'll store heads value into ptr, and using while condition we'll check whether ptr of link not equal to null, and inside the while loop we'll store ptr's value into ptr1 and ptr of link into ptr. Coming out of the while loop, we'll keep ptr of link value as null and free of ptr, printf delete node from the last, deleted node from the last, it will print deleting the node. Next is function definition for delete random. Here also we are declaring a variable like loc and I. We are asking the user to enter the location that will be stored into loc, and we are checking if loc is less than 1, then it will print enter valid location. If else if loc equal to 1, then it will call the function delete first, and if else, if these two conditions are satisfied, it will go for this condition. Else it will store heads value into ptr. Then it will open a for loop where I equal to 1, I less than log I plus plus, and inside that using if condition will check whether ptr equal to null, and if this condition is true, then it will print deletion is not possible, and coming out of it, it will store ptr's value into ptr1 and ptr of links value into ptr. Coming out of the for loop, it will store ptr of links link into ptr1 of link and free of ptr. Now moving, this is the function definition for search. So here in item I equal to 0 and flags are defined. Then here again malloc size of struct node is being given. We are storing heads value into ptr, and we are checking whether ptr equal to null. If that condition is true, then it will print list is empty. Else it will ask the user to enter a value. It will be stored into item. The while loop we will check whether ptr not equal to null. Then if ptr using if condition we are checking ptr of data equal to item. This condition is true, then it will print item found at location %3, that is I plus 1. And we'll initialize flag equal to 0. Else flag equal to 1, I plus increment I will be incremented by 1, and we store ptr of links value into ptr. And coming out of that, we check if flag equal to 1, then if this condition is true, then it will print item not found. Next is void display function. In that we'll store heads value into p, and we'll check whether p equal to null. If this condition is true, then this is empty. It will print this is empty. Else it will printing values. Then it will using a while loop. It will check whether p not equal to null. And if this condition is true, it will print percentage %d, that is p of data. P of data value will be printed, and p of links value will be stored into p. Program, so let us run. I'm entering insert at beginning, entering 20 as the value. Then I'm inserting again at the beginning as 30. Then I'm giving 2, that is insert at last. I'm giving 40. Then I'm giving 3, insert at middle. Then I'm giving 60. Then I'm entering a location, that is because it's insert at middle, we can give a specific location, so it will keep the value in that specific location in which we are mentioning. So I'm giving 2. Now I'm giving delete at middle, entering the location, that is 2, that is 60 which we have entered. Now I'm giving 8, that is display. So it will print the values 30, 40, 60. I'm giving search option, that is 7. Enter the value 30 I'm giving. So it is when I gave search and I entered 30, the output is item found at location 1, item not found. So it is found in location 1. Now I'm giving exit 9. Thank you.